Guys, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can able to see
Yes.
you.
Mm, okay. The session will be timed out for every 40 minutes. Okay. Daily we will take two sessions. Okay. You have to join two times. Okay. Since we are using Zoom trial version. Okay. So earlier where we stopped our session. So restrict memory, restrict maximum memory allocation. So I don't want to restrict any memory. So if I have 30, this Linux server is built on 32 GB memory. So if I want to dedicate any memory to the HANA database, I can restrict here. No, I don't have any restrictions. I'm giving the 32 GB to the HANA database. If I want to restrict, if I want to restrict only the HANA database should use only 10 GB, I can restrict here with 10 GB. But 10 GB HANA database won't work. Okay, at least 32 GB RAM is main requirement for HANA DB. Okay, to maintain for S4 HANA. So I don't want to restrict any memory allocation. So I don't. So I'm giving no here. Automatically the system detected N. So I'm giving no. Apply system size dependent resources. Yes. Enter system and see, whenever we are installing HANA database, two users will be created. One user is SADADM user and another one is system user. Now it is asking password for these two users are the system administrators. Whatever the activities we have to perform on the system, via this users only we will perform. One second. I'm giving the password for PR1 ADM. Okay. Confirming we are specifying the password for the PR1 ADM user. PR1 ADM will be automatically created. SAD ADM. Sorry, it is an SAD ADM. We have given SAD as PR1, right? So PR1 ADM user is creating here. Okay. For that user, I given the password. Okay. The password will not be shown here. It is encrypted. So I'm giving so now next it is asking for home directory. Okay. I'm giving as enter. These are all default options. We can directly give enter. Now it is one more user. As I said, system user will be created, right? When we are installing system, this is also one of a user. Okay. Now it is asking for the password. So we are specifying the password for the system also. It is asking restart system after machine reboot. No, I don't want to restart my database after machine reboot. Okay. Now we have given all the summary. We can see the summary. Okay. Summary SAP HANA database installation, parameters, remote execution. By using this SSH connection, we are installing this database. Database isolation low. Uh, it will come in-depth concept of database. I will tell in future sessions. Installation standard. We have given the SAP system ID as PR1 and instance number as 02 and local default, and we have specified the password, data volume and local volume, and we have specified the passwords of system user and and SADADM users. Now it is asking us to continue. Now if you give yes, the installation will be started from here. So it will install all the tables, all the default tables, all the users and all the binaries. It will be installed here. You can see the status. See all the language files. It is reading from the files which we extracted. Earlier we have extracted these many files. These many files we have extracted from this HANA database. Okay, version and all. Okay, languages, data units, all files we have extracted here. Now this will read all these extracted files. Okay, this will read all the extracted file. All the extracted binaries will be read it. This will take 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, 10 to 15 minutes for the installation. But application installation, it will take much time. Database installation will be completed within below 20 minutes only. So, we'll so meanwhile we'll go for one PPT. The introduction to basis SAP. So, roles and responsibilities of a basis guy in every organization. What is the role of a basis administrator? What is SAP basis? Roles and responsibilities: system installation, configuration, user administration, and security. System install. Now we are installing a system. What system it is? Database system. Okay. For that installation and configuration. Configuration means after installation we will do that configuration. These are our main tasks. Okay, SAP basis. There are many tasks is there, but in order to shortlist, these are the few installing systems. Okay, and then maintaining and ensuring the systems are up and stable for 24 by 7, and user administration and security, creating users. As we said in the SAP ERP introduction, there are many modules are there in the organization, right? FICO, ABAP, sales and distribution. All these teams we have to create a users and deliver to it. For all those, we have to create, we are responsible to create the users and give the authorizations to them. Okay, based on his T, and we have to change the authorizations to him. Okay, and that concept we will discuss in future, that roles and all, what kind of authorizations we give. We have to restrict the unauthorized access to the SAP system. Okay, transport management system, this is also a main responsibility of a basis guy, to enable transfer from development to quality and quality to production. Okay, HTMS configuration we call it. By what it is, in development system, ABAPers guys will develop something. Okay, in or there is a testing. What is the purpose of development system? Our team will test and will develop some software in it, and they develop. Okay, in the develop they have to test their software in the quality system. So what we do, we have to transport that to the quality, and from that quality to we have deploy the code to the production. So they will put in a transport request, and that concept will become in future classes. I will elaborate and explain it clearly. And performance management also we do as a basis guy, and backup and recovery also we do. Okay. Yet a glimpse at all these topics are very big topics. We can't explain in just giving the basic idea. User management we'll discuss in future. Installation also we'll discuss. Transport management also we'll discuss. SAP client administration. Okay. What is SAP client? Client copies, remote client copy. We will do all this going forward. Background jobs. In this database and application, there are few background jobs will run. So we have to schedule and maintain the background jobs. Okay. That also will be discussed. And the performance management, if there is high load on the database, the SAP performance in the database also affected. We have to tune, we have to troubleshoot, we have to avoid the performance issues as a basis guy. Okay. And the installation of these are the monitoring tools we require: SAP GUI installation, SAP HANA Studio installation, and identifying and analyzing logs and alerts of HANA database and our application. We will see from here. Backup and recovery will be discussed in the future classes. And patch management. Okay, patch management means nothing but updating the system. So we every time we update our WhatsApp, whenever any new version is comes into Play Store, we update our phone pay whenever any new version comes to our Play Store. Similarly, SAP also similarly SAP also we update whenever SAP has introduced any new patch. Okay. In the if SAP is introducing any new patch, mean there are some additional features in that. If we install that patch only, we will get the additional features. Okay. We will see in deep. Okay. This is a HANA database administration introduction, HANA Studio. Okay. Now we are installing this database. Okay. Later we'll see what administration activities, everything will be discussed. Okay. What basis best practice regular మనం ఏం చేయాలంటే, what we have to do, regular system checks we have to do, security and compliance, all this will be taken care by basis team. If any system went down, it is a basis guy responsibility to bring up the system by analyzing the logs and troubleshooting the issue. Okay. We'll see the status of our installation. So the installation is at importing delivery units. Within next 2 minutes, the installation will be completed. So here we could see there are already 7 services will be was created here. Okay, these 7 services are the heart of this HANA database. The database runs on these 7 processes only. What it is: name server, compile server, preprocessor. Here you can see HTTP daemon, compile server, HTTP preprocessor, web dispatcher, index server, access engine. Okay, these are all the main processes which the database runs on. Okay, all the services process are started on MyLinux. Okay, the service is also started. Next, within 2 minutes, the installation will be completed. I worked as a HANA database admin guy for 4 years. Basically, I'm an expert. I'm an HANA expert. Moreover, the basis, but I learned basis on my own. I worked for multiple projects. Okay, now the database installation has completed. SAP HANA database system installed. Okay, now what? Now while installing the database, we have given the it is asked for the system user and SAD EDM user. So we are in root user. Root user is the super user for the Linux system. So we have to move to the database user in order to log into the database. I will move to the PR1 ADM user which we created while installing the database. Now I am in which user? Who am I? Is the command to know which user we are in currently. We are in root user. So root user is the Linux user. We cannot log in with that user to the database. So we have to switch to the another user. SU is a SU hyphen switch user hyphen PR1 ADM. PR1 ADM is a database user. Okay. Enter. We have switched to the PR1 ADM user. How do we know? How do we know that? And again, who am I? This is a Linux command to know who am I? We are in PR1 ADM. We can see the output we it given PR1 ADM. Now we will check HDB info is a basic command to check whether the services are up and running. These are the services of HANA database which I said earlier. We will see these services in depth from going forward sessions. What is name server? What is compile server? Preprocessor, index server, access engine. Every server has a purpose. Every server has its own purpose. Okay. Among this, index server is the heart of the HANA database. In this index server only, the data, tables, indexes, everything, users, everything will be there in the index server only. Okay. Now I given the HTTP info command. This is the command of HANA database. Okay. It has shown these processes. That means the database is up and running. Okay. There is also one more command. We can check the status of the database. SAP control -nr. What is the instance number we given while installing? Can anyone please tell?
It's 02.
02 hyphen function get sorry. In Linux, there is no control C and control C will work. Just you have to select the content, select the text and right click on the cursor, right click on the mouse. It will be pasted. If you select this, it will be copied. If you give right click, it will be pasted. Okay. Once you get the server access, you will get all these things, and I will provide the server access to. And you can install this database by connecting from your own laptops. Okay. I will provide the SSH key. Okay, those who need access just ping me. Okay, and guest process list. Okay, SAP control -nr instance number function get process list. It will show you. It will show us the processes. Okay, these are the processes which are running currently. All are every process should be green and running. Okay, daemon service is one of the process. It is green and running. compile server, it is green and it should be green and running. Name server green running. All processes should be green and running. Now, what is the another user which was created while installing database other than this P1 ADM? Anyone? What is the other user which was created?
System user.
Yes. Only Veda is responding. What others are you not getting? HTTP, SQL, iPhone, new system, iPhone 9. Number, iPhone 18. Now I'm connecting to the system. System user is used to connect the database. Okay. I have not connected to the database. Now I'm just showing out of the database. Okay. Now I'm connecting to the SQL console where we can write our SQLs. Okay. HDB SQL iPhone new system and iPhone I instance number which we given while created the database, and iPhone P is a password. Okay. A password what I given, welcome at that 123 I given the password, and iPhone D is the database SID. What is the database SID we given? PR1. Okay. This is the format to connect the SQL. Okay. Now we have logged into the database, but we have not connected to the SQL. Okay. Mhm. SQL iPhone new iPhone D, there is some error. I need to fix it.
Maybe you have given wrong instruction.
Sorry. Okay, okay. So,
Maybe
okay.
you have given wrong instruction.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just troubleshooting. Okay. I didn't observe the instance number which I give. Okay. We have given the instance number 2, but in the daily habit of working with the 00, I given 2. Okay. HDB SQL iPhone new system, iPhone I system, iPhone P password and system. Okay. Then, sorry. iPhone D. What is the database ID? PR1. Okay. We'll connect to the data. Now we have connected to the SQL console. Okay. By using system user instance number and the password. Okay. These are the credentials of, that's the reason it was asked for the system user password. Okay. Now here we can check or we can write our SQL queries. We can load the data into tables. We can create the users. We can create the tables. Okay. Let's start from underscore yes underscore tables. These are all the tables which are there in the database. Okay. And we'll create a table, for example. We'll try to create, but it's not our job to create a table, but we can create. As a basis guy, it's always developers, modelers task in organizations to create tables and to create users, it's our responsibility. Now, for example, we'll create a table. Okay. Can someone suggest a name for a table? Happy. Okay. A table will be created with two columns. The two columns are integers. Okay. Whatever we can create a table, we can load the data. We can create number of columns, number of indexes. These concepts will be explained in future classes. In-depth concept of HANA. All these are. This is the table which we created. Okay. Schema name system. There is a schema. Group of tables is called a schema. Okay. But when we install the HANA, every schema has a user. Okay. By default, when we are installing HANA database, a system user will be created, and along with a schema also created. Every schema has a user, but every user has not a schema. Okay, every user will not have a schema. Every schema should have a user. Okay, system schema, since system schema exists, system schema is a by default schema which resides in the database while installing only. This system schema has user. Okay. Then there is a SAP HANA DB, SAP above one. We can create a schema also. But since I did not create any schema, I have created only a table. This table is a part of this schema. Schema is a group of tables. Schema contains functions, tables, modules, and all the other things. Table is a part of it. Okay. Going forward sessions, we will see tables creation, we will see partitions, we will see replication setup, we will see HANA cockpit administration, we will see there are different types of partitions will be there. So we will go in depth, okay. Uh, so this is a table which we created, okay. Schema, table name, and there are this table does not have any data in it, so the records are showing zero, okay. So for today class, this is enough, okay. I'm stopping the recording.